All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully everything's going well. All right, brothers, my bad, man. Bear with me, man. I got to get better at my editing skills. I realized that I had it in 720, not 1080. But so I'm showing you this in high definition so you can see 23% of young black women now identify as bisexual. Uh, these are some of the things that I read. Also, you can see this article was written by Tristan Bridges, University of California, 2019. It was only about 5 years ago. Not that far off. And I'm willing to bet it's probably went up since then. All right, and I'm gonna go show you that. I'm showing you that this exists. For those people like we can't see it, man. He could be hyping. As you see, the bisexual women have went up on this chart. It's doing by age, showing the bisexual women. Now it's showing by their race. Who's up there? Look at the black women. Look how high they are. All right. All right. And they was trying to say right here that consider the gender gap in college attendance as early as 1980. I'm guessing they're trying to say that black women begin to outpace black men in completion of a 4-year college degree. Maybe they're trying to hint that that's probably the reason, which that could be. Or maybe they're just trying to give them some props and say, well, they outpacing them in every other trend, even though this, might be gay, but homosexual, but they're outpitting them and getting degrees, blah, 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 yada, yada, whatever. All right, so. Oh, they try to make it like it's a good thing. Perhaps when it comes to sexuality, black women are also ahead of the curve. If that's the case, and if this trend continues, we might expect women of other races to follow suit. That's what they want, man. They want to. They want to destroy us. They do. They want us. I remember, brothers. I worked this job. I just said I worked this job. Being honest, almost every time they had like a homosexual ad, it was always so-called black men. But I'm talking about as early as 2013, 12. This stuff is nothing new. It's always the black man, woo, woo, Don't get me wrong, other race men play, whatever, whatever. But they push that more, right? At least for my, you could be like, well, that's your experience, okay? Well, at least in my experience, that's what I see. So let's go right here. All right, let's see. Young black women identify as lesbian bisexual. The rate was more. Okay, here. A few years ago, we wrote about how approximately 18% of young black women identified as lesbian or bisexual in 2016. General Social Survey sample, that rate was more than 2 times higher than for white women or other racial groups, and almost 4 times higher than for men of any racial group. Right? But anyway, but I just want to show that, I talk about it in my previous video. I just want to show you, my videos will be a lot better in the future. I just want to show you that this exists just in case somebody might try to come. We can't see that. So now you can see, but also, man, Shiraz Ali said it. Use a woman as credence. And this is in the 90s, but I remember Shiraz Ali as a kid. And I remember the men in the barbershop was talking about that book. And the men was just saying like, wow, she's saying what we've been saying. That's all the men were saying. But even Shiraz Ali said, you taking on this white woman's fight, as she would call it, or feminism, as she would say. She said only leads to loneliness and what she say? Bulldaggering. Oh yeah, she said it only leads to loneliness and lesbianism. That's what she said. And now what you see a lot of women with no mans. And they have increased in the as you would say, the homosexual lifestyle, the queer lifestyle. They have increased, according to this study. And you might be like, I don't trust the study. Okay, you don't trust it, but I just find it interesting, and I do believe it. I do believe there's a lot of credence to what they're saying, just due to what I've seen and experienced. So-called black women are the most are friendly towards the queer lifestyle. The most friendly. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, brothers, they're gaslighting. That's all. I'm willing to bet you any woman who says, "Oh, if a man does this, he's sassy. If a man does this, he's gay." She's gay. I wouldn't have bet you that she is, and I wouldn't have bet you that we might not find out, but I wouldn't be surprised if the women who are talking like that, it come out that they had some type of homosexual encounter. It's been a running joke for years that the WNBA is what? A lesbian league. That's been a that's been a running joke for years. I've been hearing that. Girls trying to get with girls. Matter of fact, brothers, a lot of these girls I see on social media, I truly suspect that they are, practicing that lifestyle. You understand? Because they get masculine. They coming for the women. They come in sneaky. But anyway, brothers, that's it. You guys can check out that article and read it yourself. I'm out. Peace.